Gibbons, obviously not good. Ankle likely out for the year. So there's not really much to say about that one. I think you guys all saw it. And then Spears was evaluated for a concussion, but didn't return to the game. I don't have any finality on what that actually ends up being ruled. He just didn't come back in. So we'll see what that comes tomorrow. Other than that, I'll let you guys go ahead.
What was your view? What were your thoughts on the call to Brown there, and what feedback did you get from the official in that situation?
On which one? On the fourth down?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. So.
What did you see? Saw the replay of it.
On the play? I saw a hit that was leveled with the shoulder pads to the body. That's what I saw.
How do you keep guys from getting frustrated when dealing with some of that today? You had a touchdown there, then you had another one.
I mean, they have every right to be frustrated, and they should be. It is what it is. I think those guys played hard. They fought. They fought the entire game. And kept trying to climb back into it and make plays, and we made quite a few, and it was really a lot of encouraging things about it, and we just didn't have enough to overcome it and find a way to get in the end zone, another time or two. So I'm disappointed about that part.
You expressed your feelings. There were 3 illegal formations called. In that situation with Isaiah Prince, aren't there supposed to be warnings first and then it's called, or how does that work?
I don't know. You guys can ask him. I don't know.
Did you try to correct something with him after the first?
Yeah, I sure did.
And do you feel like he responded to what you asked him to do?
I would hope so.
When you engaged with the officials so harshly after the end zone call, was there dialogue there? Were they not answering it? The crowd certainly seemed to like what you were doing.
Yeah, no, they get in those moments and they just let you yell at them, and they don't really say much. So. At that point, the call had already been made. We already had a first down, so I figured I'd let them hear it. It wasn't going to cost me anything at that point.
Do you think that wins you something with the players for them to see you in that mode?
Maybe you have to ask them. I don't know. I just was really frustrated in the moment that there just seems to be a lot of big plays and critical plays in games that get taken away from officiating, and that's unfortunate. So it's frustrating.
There are a couple calls against. Speaking of, I guess, against Brownlee that extended their drives that were eventual TDs, what were your thoughts on them? Looked like
I don't get to see a lot of those, to be honest. There's not a lot of replays on the board that I see on those penalties, and a lot of times I'm looking at other things. I didn't see the actual call, so I can't determine their validity at this point. But I just know we play an aggressive style of defense, and we were going to challenge those receivers. And I thought overall those guys did a nice job of locking them up in the second half and making it hard on them. And again, if they're going to. I just like to see it called both ways. That's all.
Did Will show you the kind of poise and playmaking that you've been waiting on from him?
Yeah, I thought Will did a really nice job today. That part was encouraging. I thought he stood in the pocket, played tough. He was accurate. There's going to be things that we need to clean up, but managing that game against that defense, the complexity of it, all the things that we have in our plan that you have to handle all the things that they do. I thought he did a really nice job. I thought that was another positive step for Will, and I'm proud of the way he played. He fought, he battled, he stood in there and took a few and delivered some really nice throws. And I wish there was more to show for it.
How much of a plan was it to get those zone reads going? Did you expect the run game to kind of be tough today? Was that kind of what that was about?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys in the line of scrimmage against this defense. It's hard to run the ball. Plus, the amount of movement that they have up front. The front's always moving and stirring. They pressure off the edge. They pressure internally. The front's they're just always all over the place, and it's they can make it difficult to run, especially knowing that we were going to try to run the football. That was just a challenging day on the ground for us against that defense. They do a good job, so we thought we had a chance to get a couple things on the perimeter maybe, and then they were okay. They weren't anything crazy, but definitely was a tough day on the ground.
As good as Will might have been overall, taking the sack on fourth down there when you got your last chance. We were pretty well covered at that point, I think, and he was trying to make a play. I'd have to watch it. I'd like to get the ball at least in the air, try to get a shot at something, but not great overall for us. I don't think just getting open and calling all that. I maybe had something better there, but. Yeah, that was, you don't want to take a sack in that spot.
Can you talk us through the reasoning of playing for 4th and short instead of going for the first down when it was 3rd and 7 or whatever it was?
We had a 2-down call, and they were up in all those Abbey fronts and all up fronts, and we were hoping we could catch you catch a crease in those, and they can be really effective in the run game. And so on 3rd and 7 with a 2-down call, get a chance to see if you can pop one. Against all that front, I thought we had a chance to get maybe a little bit more there, but no, when we were going for it on 4th down, and again, that pass rush is, and that pressure package is hard to deal with, and that felt like the thing that might be able to pop one there for that spot and then get us into a 4th and 2 to 3, which was the idea.
On their long TD pass, it looked like it might be Baker, might be Hooker. What did you see happen on their long touchdown pass, the first TD?
The first one. Sorry, there's a lot of them. Oh, yeah, we pressured, so we were in a fire zone coverage, so there's space in those coverages, and we were right there on top of the quarterback. I thought they sacked him at first, and all of a sudden the ball comes out. But when you're in those coverages, there's lanes, and that's, when you don't get home on those pressures, which we didn't, there's space in the defense, and they found the void. I think it was just a dagger route on the inside, and I can't recall who was in position and who wasn't, but then he made a play with his feet after that. So yeah, when you pressure like that, the idea is you got to get home, because there is a weakness in the coverage structure if you don't.
You had a call or
How much do you
two.
feel like the NWI play gave you juice, and I guess their subsequent series when they kept the drive alive on the penalty, how deflating maybe was that?
Yeah, I mean, it's very deflating when that happens, and when you're getting penalties for first downs and you're not making them earn it, that's hard. It makes it a hard day for us on defense. I thought the play was a hell of a throw by Will. They beat the Palms coverage on the we had a sail route called, and he took the vertical shot on Palms. They couldn't get over the top fast enough, and it was a fantastic throw and catch and explosive play that we needed in that moment. I can't say I've been a part of a whole lot of backed up 99-yard touchdowns or whatever it was. So that was encouraging. I thought we took momentum in that spot, and we didn't do a good enough job answering.
To what extent do you feel New York gives you a fair hearing out after you're upset about a call last week? To what extent do you feel like you could have a reasonable conversation with them this week?
I don't know. I had a conversation with Perry on Friday, so I don't know. I have no idea.
Did they, I know you said there was not much you could do at that point after they came back to talk to you. Did they acknowledge that they missed the call? Or
No,
did they,
absolutely not. No. They don't do that. Yeah.
How's this goal one as the uncertainty of right tackle been, the fact that you haven't been able to get anything settled there? And is there really an answer at this point?
Yeah, it's been really challenging. It makes it hard for us to operate sometimes. That's a position that's by far the weakest link up front right now, and we're trying every which way we can to see if we can solve it, and thus far haven't been able to. And we help over there a bunch, try to run the ball. We try to do a lot of things that keep them out of harm's way. But every now and again, you have to drop back and pass, and you can't help every edge, and you need guys out in the pattern. And we've struggled in those spots sometimes, particularly the 2-minute drill at the end of the half. So yeah, it's a position that we're trying our damnedest to figure out and help us. And right now, it's not quite been good enough.
You and your offensive line coach certainly had input into what's on the roster there.
Sure.
But you also had a general manager who knew what was left over on the roster there.
Yeah.
Did he serve you well enough in terms of advice as to
Yeah,
what was
absolutely.
left over?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we thought we had, I thought Nick was going to play pretty well for us. That hasn't been the case this year. He's not had the type of season I think he would probably tell you. He hasn't had that kind of performance yet. And it's just you can't just find everybody all the time. I mean, we had things we got to get better at, and right now the right tackle spot is one that we're not there yet. And we're trying everything. We're trying every answer. We're bringing guys in. We're doing all the things that you do to try to help fix it. But right now it hasn't paid off yet. So other than that, that's what it is. I think our communication with the front office has been great. We know what our issues are and how we need to address them.
Brownlee came out of college, I guess, with the reputation of being a little physical, a little handsy. Do you have to change that and all in him, or are you comfortable with what way he was playing today? And
No, I'm comfortable with the way he's playing. That's the style you have to play with on the edge in the league. You can't let these guys walk around and you have to put hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You got to be physical. You got to be sticky. You got to be on top of them, and all those things. Again, I didn't see all the penalties. I can't tell you how grabby or not he was, but you're gonna play physical in this league, and he's done a great job of doing that. So that's what makes corners hard to play against when guys are physical, and I wouldn't change much. I mean, I'm sure there's technique that we'd have to, you can clean up for sure, but I like the aggressiveness that he plays with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
how do you feel like you played today, considering kind of some of the adversity that hit you guys this afternoon?
Pretty well. Thought was able to make plays when I needed to at some points, but I missed some opportunities in others, and can really just focus on those, how I can get better in those situations. A couple third downs, where I feel like I could have either put a better ball on or found a different answer. But overall, just proud of how the guys made plays for the most part. Just got to keep building.
Was
How'd you feel like you guys
Was the
responded?
officiating calls, was that palpable in the huddle? Was it frustrating?
I was just trying to use it as motivation. We feel like we've kind of had our backs against the wall in that respect all year, and we got to just fight our way out of it. And I thought we did a good job of overcoming some of those calls. And I know we only got 3 out of that one drive, but not letting it phase us and just stepping forward.
Well, you seem to find the deep ball in some comfortable spots there throughout the game. Can you walk us through that? Was it something that changed this week in practice, or was it just some looks that they were giving you?
We just had the looks. Yeah, I'm not just throwing it up for the sake of it. I mean, I just feel like we had the looks to take those shots and took them when we had them.
What was feeling after the deep ball at NWI, and when you talk about that play kind of developing your eyes?
Yeah, it was sweet. We're backed up, got to be smart with the ball. Saw the corner and safety communicating that there were palms in that over there, and we had an outbreaking route, so I knew the corner was going to cut his feet when Che got the outbreaker, separated the hands a little bit, saw that, let it ride over the top. Luckily put enough on it to get it behind that safety, and Nick made a good catch, and it's a really fun jog down the field.
Does this loss feel different for you coming out of the game where you feel like you played pretty well compared to some of the
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I felt like last week in terms of just how I threw the ball, I was more accurate, and I made some better decisions here and there. But I was a little frustrated with a couple of the balls that I'm going to be watching on tape. But I just all I want to do is win, man. Nothing else matters, and it's been frustrating. It's been tough, but I mean, I haven't won a game this year. I'm chasing that feeling, and I'm doing everything I can to get there.
You talked about using some of the calls as motivation. At the end of this game, when you had to overcome so much and it didn't work out for you, was there frustration in the locker room about how it played out?
A little bit. I mean, I think Coach made the comment, just try to limit your comments, and that's not going to help us at all. So we just got to focus on what we can. We feel like everyone in the building is doing the right thing and is coming to work, preparing, and when we do get the opportunities on Sunday, guys are playing their hearts out, and at some point or another things are going to shake in our favor, we feel like, and it just hasn't been that way. But all you can do is keep putting one foot in front of the other.
You talked a lot this week about expecting to have to handle a lot of pressures. Just how do you feel like you did today with people in your face?
Awesome. The zero, they stopped running zero because we kept ripping them. So that was really cool to feel. There was another one where I was able to pop a screen off in that 2-minute drill, and I couldn't get the throw off, and that could have been good. But I thought for the most part, our plan against zero was great. And we just got to be more consistent in the other areas.
Good.
Appreciate it, Will.